Hi, it's Darren here from the Gentle Arts, and yes, that's my dog Daisy. And just wanted to say a big thank you to Craig from CraigTube. This is a video response, obviously, for teaching me how to brew my own beer. I've been having some wonderful success with it. Cheers. There goes that dog again. This is a Canadian blonde beer, Cooper's, and I'm just going to show that a bit closer to show the lacing. So you can see there is some really good lacing there. That's a great beer. Behind me is my beer fridge. I'm just going to open up now and we're going to have a look at the keg system. So this is how I've started to home brew. I've never bottled in my life. I even have these special type of kegs here which I bought off eBay. They're 23 litre kegs, so you don't have to bottle any beer at all. What I've also done is I've actually gone and bought some, I think it's called goulash beer. I just bought a carton of that, kept the bottles. If I'm going out for a picnic, I just fill a few of those bottles up, recap them, take them out with me, and that's actually beer from the keg that I'm putting into those bottles, so there's no sediment, which is something I really want to avoid. It's something I don't like. Over here we have our keg, our CO2 gas as well, and hey, my beer's getting a bit low, so I think it might be time to fill her up a little bit. This is the gun. That's my type of gun. It's one of the small problems I have with a keg's brand new. This is right up to the brim. Initially I do seem to get a little bit too much head, but that does seem to diminish after you've had about the first 4 or 5 litres. Hopefully tonight I should be able to fix that up. Might have some people come and help me too. The good thing is that it doesn't take too long for it to ease up a little bit. Don't know if you can see that well, but you see plenty of bubbles in there. A nice head. This particular variety of beer too, this Cooper's Canadian blonde beer, does have a fairly big head. If that dog drinks my beer, there is going to be chaos in this room, let me tell you. But on the bottle it actually does show a beer with probably 1/3 of head on it. So I think it is a bit of that type of beer as well. Very, very nice. It's a bit like it's a very light beer. Probably not a hell of a lot of body in it, but it's like a Corona, but certainly a lot more flavour than normal. I tell you one thing I've noticed since I've been home brewing, which has only been for a couple of months now, is that you don't seem to get a hangover when you drink the stuff. Anyway, while I'm here, I might just do a quick tour of my garage where all the magic happens. Over here we have the fermenter that's set up. This is the fermenter. They had the Canadian blonde one in just a couple of days ago. It's another one I'm doing at the moment. This is actually a famous Australian beer called Boag's Premium, which is a very, very nice beer. I actually did a tour of the Boag's factory in Tasmania on my honeymoon, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and saw how they did it, and they're very passionate there about their beer. It was one of the rare places in the world where everything except the sugar came from within a 20-kilometre radius of the brewery. So I found that quite interesting. I guess it means it's fresh. It is a very nice beer, and if I can get something close to that, I'll be very, very happy. What I've actually got my fermenters set up on is an old TV stand. There's a chair there, so you can actually come in and watch the beer ferment if you're really bored out of your brain. It's good at first when the bubbles are happening on the top of the airlock there. That can be quite interesting. What I've got behind me is some milk crates, and what I find here, it's not too bad at the moment. Actually, it's good at the moment. It's great brewing time. It's cooled down a lot in Australia. We're approaching winter. But in summer it does get very, very hot here, and I normally would put my fermenters on top of these milk crates. And the reason why that is you can get the height you want for when you're pouring the beer into the keg from the spout, but also because they're hollow, you've got air coming up underneath the keg as well. Don't know if it does a hell of a lot, but seemed to make sense to me, and hey, I've been getting some great results. So Craig, once again, I'd like to say thank you. Your advice at CraigTube has been sensational. I'm hooked for life. This is a great hobby, and it does save you a lot of money as well. So cheers. Oh, do you see those bubbles in that? And look at that lacing. I can't believe that takes some advice. I actually watched that video the other day going on about how you can't get lacing from a kit. Well, there you go. That's says it all, really, doesn't it? I think that guy's a bit of a knob, personally. Wow, look at those bubbles. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this now and watch my beer ferment. Once again, Craig, thanks a lot. Bye.